Hello, my fellow Americans. Your pimp daddy, Bill Clinton, isn't the flippity-floppity floop with a special announcement. As you might be aware, Mr. Krabs is banning Squidward from busting a nut. As a Democrat, I have the privilege to bust as many nuts as I fucking want because the media doesn't give a fuck if a Democrat does it. In fact, my friend Joe Biden has busted a metric ass ton of nuts before his current presidency, and presently is of note. So with it said, my fellow Americans, I'm proposing that on the 20th of April, the day normally reserved for potheads to go crazy, go nuts with the acid, booze and dank stookies to bust as many nuts in honor of Squidward tentacles. Also, it would be nice if fellow Americans would give Squidward a fuck ton of beefaroni since Mr. Krabs denies him beefaroni on a daily basis because of flatulence from Chef Boyardee in Vietnam. I will join forces with Plankton to make sure Mr. Krabs doesn't finger his booty and sell his rancid quiche ever again. Why? Because he's a typical Democrat with the tiniest shrimp dick imaginable that's able to fucking intern and nearly get away with it. My party somehow has the power to fuck over a small business like the Krusty Kooch. Yes, my fellow Americans, my dick is really that tiny. The typical size for a person within the Democrat Party. My party that has the private parts the size of a shrimp has the power to suck the dick of China and manipulate the media, and all that is beyond this sick fuck that he once idolized throughout the 1990s. It's the miracle that soccer moms, or Karens as you now call them, kissed my ass when I started the slow obliteration of Saturday morning after I allowed the Children's Television Act of 1990 to become law and not once considered to even abolish it or even ratify it. And yes, I was dumb as dick for not allowing the United Nations or even the Pentagon to stop bin Laden and Al-Qaeda. But then again, Democrats and the media make top dollar on disaster and chaos, so why should I give a fuck at this point? You see, my fellow Americans, let Squidward tentacles bust as many fucking nuts as he wants, because if Democrats can get away with it for many fucking years, why not he? Because as your former idolized president from the 1990s, I would bust a gigantic nut and just all over the United Nations building, and nobody will give a fuck, as the Democrats has the biggest inward pass in the entire fucking universe, and we can do whatever we fucking want. Yes, the Democrat National Committee is the big brother and Illuminati you've been warned about for years. But yet the teachers' unions kiss our asses for decades that there's no looking back. And I'm proud that my blowjob Porch Lewinsky contributed to that, and got no regret for it either. And your only option for hope and freedom is to vote all Democrats out in the next midterm election. Bill Clinton out, peace, bitches.